Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we'll be talking about the Rick Bowness hiring, as the Winnipeg Jets have finally hired a head coach, as we are a week away from the draft, less than a week away actually, and I don't know how to feel about this. I, like many, were a little bit surprised that Rick Bowness was hired. It seemed out of left field. There was reports that Rick Tocchet had a deal in place. All he had to do was sign the papers. And of course, he's tied with TNT, and he was having a great time at TNT. So it wasn't 100% kind of thing, but it was like, okay, he's going to sign the deal. He's going to be our head coach, or at least that's what many of us thought. And then all of a sudden, Rick Bowness is the coach. So when I first saw the news, I wasn't thrilled. The immediate shock of it really kind of bugged me a little bit, that it was an outside guy, a guy that's old, that I thought was going to retire. I thought maybe even he did. I remember seeing something about that, or he was pondering retirement or something like that. But this is a guy that coached the Jets 33 years ago, from I believe it was 1985 to 1989. Maybe it was 84 to 89. I don't remember, but it doesn't matter. Like, this guy coached the Jets 30 years ago, and we've gone back to the well. So immediately that annoyed me, and I was thinking like, wow, like, what are we doing here? But again, he is old, so it's not a long-term solution, and we don't know who the assistant coaches are yet, so I'm wondering if it's either one of two things. So the first situation that I can see is if Bowness comes in for a year and maybe Pascal Vincent or somebody else is the assistant coach, and they come in and they kind of just use Bowness as a mentor for a year, and then next year they take over. And then the second situation that I can see is if they're just going for a contingency plan for now, take Bowness as their guy for a year, and then next season, maybe he steps out of the way and Barry Trotz comes in to be the head coach. Or at the very least, they do try to go after Barry. If it doesn't work out again, if Trotz decides, hey, I'm just looking for a management role somewhere, or he takes another year off, I can totally see both sides happening. But if that were to happen, the Jets would likely just go out and find a new coach next season, maybe for longer term, because Rick Bowness is 67 or 68, I can't remember which one, but he's up there in age. I don't blame him for wanting to retire, and I like Rick Bowness as a person. I would have loved him as an assistant coach. I would have been all on board for that, but as a head coach, I don't know. I can do it for a year, but this isn't the way I thought the Jets were going to go this offseason. Obviously, with Montgomery signing in Boston, that ship sailed. I really wanted Jim Montgomery, so I was kind of hoping they'd go with Pascal Vincent, maybe a guy that can rejuvenate this team, maybe bring in some of the younger blood, and these guys can start to develop properly. But they didn't do that, and they went with an older coach, and it does seem like they do want to win, which I understand. You want to recoup all your money loss from the pandemic and everything, because True North did take a hit with ticket sales and no fans in the crowd, and that's fine, and I don't mind that, but I just hope that we go about it the right way, because right now I don't think the Jets are anywhere close to being an elite team or even a playoff team, really. I mean, maybe a bubble team, but I think that's the ceiling right now, unless there's some big changes. We likely will see some big changes. I don't think Blake Wheeler will be a Jet. You can pretty much pencil that in right now. He's number 2 on Frank Saravelli's trade board now, with Kevin Fiala being traded. And I would be shocked if he's not moved. I think that there's going to be a lot more movement. I don't think Paul Stastny's coming back. I don't think that they'd be opposed to looking at maybe a Dubois deal. And it wouldn't shock me if they shake up the defense a little bit, try to move some cap with Brendan Dillon or Nate Schmidt. I think Dillon would be more likely to go just because he's a left-hand shot, and Schmidt is a left-hand shot, but he plays on the right side. So don't know what's going to happen there, but nonetheless, there will have to be some change if the Jets want to compete this season and do want to make some noise in the playoffs. But the more I think about it, Rick Bowness, he's the coach now, and we don't have a choice at this point. So I was looking back at like what he's done with the Dallas Stars, and obviously he's taken that team to the Stanley Cup Finals just 2 years ago. They lost against the Lightning. They didn't have a shot. That Lightning team was so good. But Rick Bowness does have a knack for getting the most out of his players, and when his players don't play well, they don't play. So that's fine, and I like that part. And maybe he can get the most out of guys like maybe Evgeny Svechnikov if the Jets re-sign him. Maybe a guy like Christian Reichel, who I really liked but I thought was underutilized. Maybe David Gustafsson if he comes up. Maybe that can be a good fit. And I think that he'd like guys like Ville Heinola and Dylan Samberg. I don't think that he'd shy away from those players. I don't know if it'll work. It's just a strange one. So right now I'm just kind of sitting in the middle, just kind of waiting for everything to play out, see who the assistants are, and of course, once we get to October, when the games matter, we'll see how this team plays systematically. I do think there's going to be a massive system overhaul there in Winnipeg, and I'm all for that. We need a change, obviously, but we'll have to see if the players buy into it and if it works. Bowness is a great guy, obviously, but none of that matters, really. To be honest, I don't really care if he's a good guy. I just want him to be a good coach. I'm very happy that they didn't go the Scott Arniel head coach route or Jeff Blashill. I think that would have been a disaster. But Bowness, didn't see this one coming. I'm not going to sit here and complain about it. I'm conflicted. I can see both sides of it from the fan base. A lot of people are excited, a lot of people aren't. Yeah, so I'm just curious to see how you guys feel about it. Are you excited? Are you not? Are you conflicted like me? Let me know down below in the comment section. But yeah, so it's going to be a really interesting season coming up. The draft is coming up on Thursday. I'm recording this on Saturday. So it's gonna be a wild week. I do think Thursday you could see some movement from the Jets. I do think they go out, maybe try to trade for the rights to maybe a guy like Jesse Puljujarvi or Ilya Mikheyev. I might make a video about that, but with both those guys up on the block right now, up on the trading block, I do think that it would be a great move for the Jets to get one of those guys and put them in the lineup for next season, because they are lacking some depth in a serious way up front. Yeah, but who knows? I do think they'll be busy, but we will wait till the draft to see what happens. That's where I'm going to leave it, guys. If you liked the video, leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one. Big week coming up for the Jets. So yeah, everybody have a great weekend, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.